Hi, I'm DK. You may save the world by donning a cape and mask while playing some excellent superhero games from the comfort of your home. Superhero games have been known to provide your virtual self with supernatural abilities like flying, laser vision, and the capacity to weave webs with your hands. These video games act as adequate substitutes for the genuine risk that comes with going up against bad guys in the real world. In this episode, we will share 7 superhero games you can play on PlayStation. Please subscribe to our channel to join us in exploring the vast world of gaming. Enjoy! Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered, released in 2020 by Insomnia for the PlayStation 5, is a remastered port of Spider-Man from 2018, which includes pre-downloadable content. Every upgrade, side quests, and story points remains. This update emphasizes how the PS5 can improve an already outstanding game. The load times have been one of the best changes. This game has no loading screens and the transitions happen instantly. The game's models and textures, notably Peter Parker's face, have been enhanced by this remaster. He has a more youthful appearance that fits his character better and feels more natural. The aesthetics and performance have also clearly improved. There are 2 graphical modes available to players. Quality mode operates at 30 FPS and includes ray tracing across the environments. Performance mode boosts it up to 60 FPS but removes ray tracing. Despite having less content than its PS4 predecessor, this spin-off is more vibrant and energetic. Players are frequently taken behind the mask by Insomniac Games, and during some lengthy missions, you'll get to interact with family and friends. There are several opportunities for players to take out bad guys, and the combat has been improved compared to the previous game. The key distinction between Peter and Miles is that the latter has an additional ability that allows him to charge a bioelectric blast, in which some adversaries can only be defeated with it. The new hero has cloaking powers, which makes for superior stealth gaming. Players can trick enemies who don't know where they'll appear by temporarily turning invisible. With 2 graphics options, 30 and 60 frames per second, this PS5 version sounds and looks amazing. Compared to the traditional orchestral score from the first game, the hip-hop beats give off a new feel. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is quite flexible and combines elements of action, shooter, adventure, and space exploration. Both gamers and critics were pleasantly delighted by the game and made a great first impression when it was released. The game takes place more than 10 years after the Chitauri tore apart the universe. Star-Lord and his crewmates work odd jobs to pay the bills. Star-Lord is the only character you can control directly, and you can command the other Guardians through dialogue and decision-making options, which elevates you to the position of leader of the group. The maximum number of abilities you can choose is 20, which can be used to deal with the hardest opponents. While performance mode aims for 60 FPS but lowers the graphic quality, quality mode operates at up to 30 FPS and improves the visuals. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the best superhero games on the PlayStation thanks to its lovable characters, particularly Rocket's loudmouth, fast-paced action, and classic soundtracks. Following the 2017 release of Injustice 2, NetherRealm Studios created the Legendary Edition a year later, which included all DLC characters released through the 3 fighter packs: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Hellboy, and Sub-Zero. Despite a few adjustments to the mechanics, the core gameplay still feels almost the same as its predecessor. It has a loot-dropping system called the Gear System that rewards you with costume equipment and pieces for modifying the abilities and stats of characters and customizing their appearances. After Superman's regime, Batman tries to bring society back to normal as the story is about. However, the arrival of the Society, a new supervillain group, and Brainiac prompts the hero to consider releasing Superman from his imprisonment to neutralize the dangers. The Legendary Edition also has a fantastic learning mode that formally introduces new players to basic combat concepts. Each character's playstyle is complemented by a temporary ability provided by the trait system. When completely charged, a super meter enables you to activate super moves and perform special moves. This action role-playing game is based on the well-known Marvel Comics Avengers, and it was initially released in 2020 before the PS5 upgrade a year later. The story centers on Kamala Khan, a teenage girl who gains superpowers on the Avengers Celebratory Day, which has a disastrous outcome due to a terrorist attack. After being held accountable for the incident, the Science Corporation aimed to replace the Avengers. After 5 years, Kamala wants to bring back Earth's mightiest heroes to battle aim. The frame rate and graphics have been improved in Marvel's Avengers. The PS5 version, like the PS4 version, has two modes. One focuses on visual quality, while the other improves frame rate performance. The most obvious difference is the highest performance mode, where the game runs at 2160p resolution and drops when needed to sustain 60 frames per second gameplay. The adaptive triggers have also been added to the PS5 version of this game, which is a wonderful addition made possible by the DualSense controller. As you utilize different characters and weapons, the game's resistance to the triggers increases, especially when you launch a ranged attack. The Batman Arkham Collection by Rocksteady is regarded as one of the top video game compilations featuring comic books and superheroes. The collection is a single bundle that contains 3 separate games. In Arkham Asylum, the first game, Batman learns that the Clown Prince has taken over Arkham Asylum and released the prisoners. The Joker will eventually be confronted after using different gadgets to swing through the area, eliminating thugs and supervillains. The second game, Batman Arkham City, expands on the concepts of Arkham Asylum by giving players access to a wider open-world setting. The players are free to swing across numerous rooftops as Catwoman and Batman were caught up in a gang fight between the Penguin, the Joker, and Two-Face. To create an almost flawless Batman experience, Arkham City mixes side missions with a compelling story, light features, and improved combat. The third and final game in this trilogy, Batman Arkham Knight, slightly departs from the standard Arkham experience by allowing players to drive the Batmobile, giving the series another level of gameplay. From the inclusion of the Batmobile to the expanded pre-roam setting and loads of DLC, Arkham Knight offers a complete Batman experience. This particular game is based on the Marvel Comics character Iron Man. The plot revolves around familiar territory as Tony Stark, a former war profiteer, battles the consequence of his past. Stark is attacked by the enigmatic hacker Ghost while aboard a jet. Ghost accuses Tony Stark of being responsible for every fatality caused by one of his weapons in the past, and he seeks retribution by assaulting all of Stark's Industries' global assets. This game features 6 different enemy types, but they force players to engage in combat and move in ways other than merely aiming and shooting. A score attack level is also available for players who want to beat their records or repeatedly replay levels to build up combinations. Once you finish a mission on the map, you'll be able to access new combat challenges and special races. Players will also receive research points for unlocking new skills for the suits after completing both the main and optional missions. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Check out our other videos for more gaming content and recommendations. Happy gaming!